For today's Red Friday video, we're excited to talk about the VA funding fee with every single one of you that's watching. We're going to cover what it is, how much it costs, and if there are any exemptions for it, and how you're going to pay for that VA funding fee. So buckle up because we're about to get started. Hey everybody, it's Eric with Low VA Rates. As you can tell, it's Friday. I'm wearing red. Today, we're going to talk about the VA funding fee. This is one of the most spoken words ever in the VA loan offices here at Low VA Rates because the VA funding fee is a very important part of the VA mortgage process. So let's start by explaining what the VA funding fee is, okay? You've all heard it, but what is it? Well, it's part of your closing costs for every single VA loan, okay? Instead of being paid to the lender, that's us, it goes straight to the VA to help finance the VA loan program. Basically, the funding fee helps keep the VA loan program running by creating a reserve that the VA can use to back their 25% guarantee on every VA loan. So, creates a monetary reserve at the VA. It is not here. We don't keep that money. It goes directly to the VA. And now this 25% guarantee, which we have a lot of videos on, contributes to a lot of the benefits that the VA loan program has, and it keeps it available for future generations. Now that you know what it is, let's talk about how much it is. How much is that funding fee? Okay, we're going to talk about that. The amount that you'll pay for your funding fee depends on a few different factors. The loan amount, so how much you're borrowing, the type of VA loan that you're getting, and whether or not you've used your VA home loan benefits before, or is it your first time? And also keep in mind on purchases, how much of a down payment, if any, you decide to make. So I want to talk first about how your loan amount influences the cost of the funding fee. So we're just going to put depends right here when you're trying to figure out how much it is. Well, it depends. Number one, the VA funding fee is always a percentage of your loan amount. So the actual cost of the fee in dollars is going to change based on how much you decide to borrow. For example, on a $100,000 loan, hopefully you guys can see me over here, on a $100,000 mortgage at a 2.3% funding fee, let's just say that's the funding fee you qualify for, that's going to cost you how much? Who's good at math? Luckily, we've got even numbers here. $2,300 would be the VA funding fee on a $100,000 mortgage with a 2.3% funding fee. Now on a $350,000 loan, I'm not as good at math on this, but I'm prepared. On a $350,000 mortgage, it's $7,000. So you can see the more you borrow, the more that funding fee is going to cost as far as dollars are concerned, but the percentage is the same. I'm going to clean up the whiteboard here real quick just in case I need a little bit more space. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's discuss how the type of VA loan that you get influences the amount of the funding fee. So we put over here, loan amount, we just talked about that. That's one of the variables. And then type, the type of VA loan. On an interest rate refinance reduction loan, or the streamline, the funding fee is 0.5%. Okay? Earl? And we're going to put a little table here at some point for you guys to look, but 0.5%. On a cash out refinance, we're going to put this, cash out refinance. On a cash out refinance, well, it's either going to be 2.3%, like in my prior example, or 3.6%, depending on whether or not 2.3 or 3.6. Why the difference? Well, it depends on whether or not you've used your VA benefits before. Basically, if you get a discount on your VA funding fee on your initial use, first time use. After that, it starts going higher. On a purchase loan, okay, we're still talking loan types. This was a refinance, Earl, cash out. Let's look at purchase loan, okay? On a purchase loan, the funding fee is going to range anywhere between 2.3 up to 3.6. Okay, 2.3 to 3.6, pretty similar to what we just talked about with the cash out, because the funding fee for the purchase loan is influenced by two sets of conditions. Number one, down payment, and whether or not you've used the VA loan previously, what we refer to as prior use. And the different possibilities are best expressed by a chart because it can get a little confusing if I just ramble it off. So I want you to check out the left screen of the video. Now, wait a second. There is always an exception. I just got back from a parent-teacher conference this morning. From when I was a kid in school all the way until right now, it's still the same. I remember learning this. I before E, except after C, except during exceptions, right? There's an exception. I told you at the very beginning, every VA loan had a VA funding fee. Here's an exception. You do not pay a funding fee if you are exempt. Okay, we're going to talk about this right here to close up the video. Exemption, okay? Exempt veterans do not pay any funding fee. The VA waives it for veterans who have a service-connected disability. So if you're receiving VA disability compensation, if you receive retirement or active duty pay instead of VA disability compensation, or if you have been rated as eligible for disability compensation based on a pre-discharge exam or review, you would be exempt from paying the funding fee. Now, there's a few other situations where you might be exempt from the funding fee. Veterans or service members who received the Purple Heart, likely going to be exempt from the funding fee. Certain surviving spouses of disabled veterans would likely be exempt from the funding fee. Now, your certificate of eligibility, something that we refer to often as your COE, that's your certificate of eligibility, will state whether or not you are exempt from paying the funding fee. Keep in mind, if your COE says that you have to pay the funding fee because your disability status is still pending when the loan closes, you might be able to get a refund once that disability status is finalized. What you're going to want to do is contact your local VA regional loan center. I guess I shouldn't say local because sometimes it's out of state, but your regional VA loan center. Here's the number. I'm going to say it slowly. 877. Okay, write this down. 877. It's a toll-free number. 827. Okay. And then finally, 3702. I know normally we don't write phone numbers this way, but there's your 877-827-3702. If you think you're eligible for a refund, call that number. They'll get you in contact through an automated system with your regional loan center, and you can take it from there. Finally, let's talk about paying the VA funding fee. You do have a few options here. Number one, you can just pay it right out of pocket at closing. So back to that initial example, what was it, $2,300? Bring some cash to closing. Normally it's a cashier's check or some sort of a money order or a check, and you can pay it out at closing without having to wrap it into your loan. You can also finance the amount into the loan balance itself, which means on that $100,000 loan that I used at the beginning, you could borrow $102,300. That takes the $2,300 and wraps it into your loan, and you can just finance it. You can negotiate also when you're buying a home to have the seller cover the entire funding fee, maybe a portion of the funding fee. But just right now, when we're filming this video, 2021, it is a seller's market. It is highly unlikely in a seller's market, which we've talked about what that means. That means there's way more buyers than there are sellers. You're probably not going to be real successful in negotiating a seller covering your VA funding fee today. The most common or popular option is to wrap it into your loan, finance that funding fee right into the balance. This will reduce the amount of money that you're going to have to save and bring to the closing table. Okay, so I hope you learned a bunch today about the VA funding fee. I hope that table was helpful. Sometimes I tell you to rewind the video, pause it right there on the table, and make sure you take it all in and you understand it. Thank you for watching, and please call us. You can live chat us on our website. You can just hit that Get Started or Apply Now button to have one of our experts get in touch with you. But when you are ready to refinance or purchase a home, don't hesitate. That's why you're a subscriber. That's why you watch us. We are here waiting to help when the time is right for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.